Welcome to step one. Be clear in your vision. This is where it all begins. And I'll be honest with you, because this step might sound like the simplest, but it's actually the hardest and most important part of the entire process. I want you to think of it like this. If you were to get in your car and you don't type in a destination into the sat-nav, you're just driving. You might end up somewhere nice, or you might end up going in circles. But you're not choosing where you're going. Manifestation is the same. You need to know your destination before you can start the journey. Clarity is your sat-nav. Without it, nothing else in this program can work the way it's supposed to. And the reason this step is so hard is that so many of us have never actually stopped to ask ourselves what we really want from our lives. 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. We just haven't asked the question. And some of us don't realize that we're holding on to outdated goals, things we used to want, things other people wanted for us, ideas about our lives that we inherited but never actually chose. So the first thing we need to do is strip all of that back. We need to get quiet enough to actually hear what's true for you right now. Once you do start getting clear on what you want, the next question, and this is absolutely crucial, is why do you want it? Because if your why is rooted in external validation, and by that I mean if you want something because you think it will make people admire you, or because it looks good, or because you're trying to prove something to someone else, that's actually not a vision. That's a performance. Real clarity comes when your vision is driven by how you actually want to feel, by who you want to become. Not just what you want to have, but who you want to be. What does your highest self look like? How does she or he move through the world? How do they treat themselves? What do they feel like on an ordinary Tuesday? That's the vision. Not just the car, the job title, the follower count. Although, yes, you can attract those things into your life. But the most important thing that you will attract is the feeling and the person. Now, when we decide to get clear on what we want, we need to be vulnerable. And we need a kind of bravery and courage that most people underestimate. Because the moment that you admit to yourself what you actually desire, you also have to confront the possibility that you might not get it. And that's scary. And fear and doubt at this stage can become so loud that they stop you even imagining what you want. But I want you to put all of that to the side. I want you to be brave enough to say your dreams out loud. Be brave enough to visualize them in detail. I don't want you to shrink your vision because you're afraid of being disappointed. And I don't want you to water it down to something realistic because dreaming big feels too exposed. There's a quote that I always come back to again and again. It's, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. That's not just a nice idea. That's the science of neuroplasticity at work. When we visualize something with genuine emotion, not just the image of it, but the feeling of really living it, we activate the same neural pathways as if we were actually experiencing it. Our brain doesn't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So when you let yourself truly see your dream life and feel the joy and the peace and the excitement of it, you're actually training your brain to believe it's possible. And when your brain believes something is possible, everything starts to shift to match it. So do not hold back. This is your vision. Nobody else needs to understand it. It just needs to be true for you. And before we start, I want to say this. This exercise is not meant to be finished in 15 minutes. Getting truly clear can take days. It might even take weeks. Give yourself permission to take real time with this. Don't rush it. And don't move on to step 2 until this feels really right. Everything else is built on this foundation. I want you to grab a pen and paper or your favorite journal, whatever feels right for you. And at the top, I want you to write today's date. This matters because your vision will evolve over time, and one day you're going to look back at this and you're going to see how far you've come. I want you to write freely across 6 areas of your life, and I'm going to tell you those areas in a second. You can write in sentences, you can create bullet points, you can scribble. There's no right format. I just want you to get it out of your head and onto paper. The 6 categories are: 1, personal development. This could be how you want to grow as a person. So it might be that you want to feel more confident. Maybe you want to read more, learn a new skill, develop a meditation practice. How do you want to show up for yourself in the next 6 months or year? The next category is love and romance. What does your ideal relationship look like? How do you want to feel with your partner? If you're single, what kind of love are you calling in? If you're in a relationship, how do you want it to evolve? The third category is your career. This isn't just about job titles or salary, although it's great to put those down. I want you to ask yourself, how do you want to feel within your work? What kind of impact do you want to have? Do you want more freedom, more creativity, more recognition? What does meaningful work look like for you? The fourth category is friends and family. What do your relationships look like in your dream life? How often are you seeing the people that you love? What kind of friend do you want to be? Or perhaps are there boundaries you need to set? Or maybe just connections that you really want to deepen. The fifth category is home. Where are you living? What does your space feel like? Is it peaceful, full of light, filled with people? This could be as specific as a city that you want to live in, maybe even the street. Or it might be as simple as the feeling you want when you walk through your front door after a long day's work. And the last category is hobbies. What are you doing for joy? What lights you up outside of work and your responsibilities? Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's something you used to love and let go of somewhere along the way. For each category, you can write goals, specific things you want to achieve. You can write feelings, how you want to feel in that area of your life. Or you can write about how you want to show up, the version of yourself that you are becoming. Remember, there really is no wrong answer. Whatever comes out is right. And you can think across 3 timelines. You can choose to write this for either where you want to be in 6 months, in 1 year, or in 5 years. I would suggest just choosing one and writing that timeline at the top. Now, here's the most important thing. Don't edit yourself. Don't censor. And I want you to think, if money, time, and other people's opinions were not a factor, what would your life look like? And who would you be? How would you feel? And write in present tense, as if you're already living it. I am, I have, I feel. This isn't a wish list. Imagine that it's you describing a life that already exists. Now, once you've done all this, once you've got it all down and it's really clear and it feels really true to you and your genuine desires, you can then turn it into a vision board. Find images that represent what you've written. You can find words that capture it. You can pull from magazines, Pinterest, wherever. Just create something visual from the clarity you've just built. I want you to make it, sit with it, feel it, enjoy it, and then you can choose whether you want to put it away or whether you want to keep it out somewhere you can see. Whatever it is, just know that your subconscious has already received the message. Take your time with this step, and then when you feel genuinely clear in your vision, you are ready for step 2. I'll see you there.